Are we live? Did it do it? Oh, careful. I'm going to apologise in advance for Fee. She has been super clingy lately. So you might end up seeing a lot of her at the moment. Oh, forgot to mute that, sorry. Come on. There we go. Ignore the background. I am in the middle of redecorating and reshifting this entire flat. Yeah, no, I thought I should come in, and obviously I've not been around a lot lately. I'm sort of very aware of that. But I thought, I should come in, just sort of give a little bit of an explanation about that. It's sort of one of those things that it was a lot of family stuff going on that needed to be dealt with, that needed a lot of my sort of time and attention. And unfortunately it did mean that trying to do things like the consistent streaming and all of that sort of stuff unfortunately had to suffer. I'm going to be trying to build back up into it again. So I'm going to try and start out at least trying to get back to at least one stream a week minimum. But I want to try and get that sort of consistency back. I know obviously we've not been the most consistent on this channel. But I'm gonna sort of start aiming to to sort of get to one stream a week once we're sort of much better about getting that sort of consistency. This mic is so strange. Once we sort of get back to that consistency, then we'll start, trying to build it back up again to the 3 or 4 streams a week that we were aiming for at the beginning of the year. But yeah, so I thought I should come in, have a little sort of chat with you guys and just let you know sort of what was going on. It wasn't really, there was a lot of stuff that I couldn't really talk about or discuss whilst it was all going on because we didn't know what was happening. So yeah, so no, I had to sort of go quiet for a little bit. I had to sort of deal with a lot of family issues. And now I'm sort of in a position where I can sort of come back, explain to you guys properly, why I wasn't here, what was going on. So for those of you that don't know me or don't know my family, because I know obviously a lot of you do, my mum in, I want to say February, was diagnosed with breast cancer. Like they found the lumps and everything. I think they found the lumps, in February, and she was sort of immediately sort of rushed through to the cancer unit and everything to have all the mammograms. They took samples. Sorry, they took samples of the lumps and everything, because there was a few different lumps. And she was diagnosed with, I believe they were all stage 1, which is good, because that's why you're supposed to check. That's why because that's how you find them early on. But I think there was either 2 or 3 lumps, and for those of you that have the sort of unfortunate knowledge on sort of how the levels within the stages work, you get 3 different stages. You get one that I think it's level 1. Sorry, not stages, level. You get level 1, which I believe is not, it's not fast growing, it's not very aggressive. It's there and it is growing, but it's not dangerously growing. And then you get level 2, which is considered aggressive. And it's sort of faster growing and things. And then there's level 3, and it's the super aggressive, super fast growing sort of one. I believe it's that way around. It might be the other way around, but it's, within those 3 levels. So my mum had a level. What she had, they found 2 or 3 lumps. One of them was not super aggressive. It was super slow growing, but one of the bigger ones, which wasn't the one that she found, it was one that was found during all of the scans and everything. That one was discovered to be level 2, so it was pretty aggressive, and it was fast growing. So sort of my mum had to have that one dealt with quite quickly. So in the end, they ended up doing a double mastectomy to remove all breast tissue. Because obviously they then didn't want to sort of leave any tissue, and there still be the cells or anything, it still grow, or for her to develop it again later on in life back in the same place. So she had a full double mastectomy, so total removal of everything, including the nipples, which I didn't think they did. I thought they left the nipples for some reason, but no, those are off too. Those go. And my mum was quite lucky, and they did a reconstruction of her chest, and they used they used fat from her stomach, and they re-implanted the fat from her stomach into her chest, so that she then didn't have, obviously fake. They don't move like they're fakes. They look a lot more realistic. They do look realistic. If she still had nipples. But yeah, so that was sort of, but obviously where she's then had a double mastectomy, and then where they've taken the fat that they were going to implant in out of her stomach as well. So she was left with, obviously, the scars and the scarring from around her new chest. But she also had, almost from hip to hip, a scar cut as well, where they took out a lot of the fat tissues and things. There was a couple of complications during it. My mum is still healing now. Oh, thank you for the follow. I cannot read that from here. Thank you. But yeah, she's still healing. Luckily, she's doing very well. So there's a lot of, that's why it's sort of been a lot. Now is the time where I'm able to come back, because she's where she's healing and everything's doing so well now. And obviously, it's one of those things that sometimes it does take time, unfortunately. Especially as, sorry about the flash of lights. I realised I forgot to open them. Yeah. So it's taken a long time to heal. She had the operation end of March, I believe it was, end of March, beginning of April. And yeah, it's a long recovery, it's a long healing process. There's a lot of things that have been moved and rejiggled. But when she sort of went back to go and get the first all clear, it didn't come back all clear. They still said that there were cells and things, so they were very worried about that. But very fortunately, my mum has now been given an all clear for now. So we're she's all in the clear now. Everything is good now, but they have said that there is a very good chance that she will get the cancer again. But the way that the cancer works is it could be anywhere in her body now. So obviously now she has to very much so be on the lookout for that, keep her eye open for that. But so it is one of those things that, luckily where she where she was checking and things, and she kept kept it all going and checking everything as needed and everything. She caught it. So because of things like that, and because of obviously the cancer support and everything that my mum has had during this time, going forward from here, I will be setting up probably this week. I will be trying to set up a GoFundMe or a Tiltify in support of some different cancer research charities and things. Because if it's for things like that, and for the research and everything like that, which is the reason why my mum has been very lucky and they found it, along with her also testing and checking herself and getting that sort of sorted. Sorry. So yes, so going forward, probably from the next week's stream, there will be links that will be sort of in my bio, in the description, wherever you're watching this, wherever, even if it's just sort of in the chat, and I'll get Lumia to pop it in every now and again. But yeah, so there will be links to different charities and things, or different sort of either cancer research or cancer support groups that will be in the description, as well as a few sort of links and things in my bio for other people that are going through the sort of same thing. I will also be looking for the I wanted to say the WikiHow. The WikiHow is not what I was going for. For the instructions, sort of, or the how-to of how to test and check yourself. Because obviously that's super important. And my mum has been a very sort of good example on why you need to test and check. Because the lump that she found and she thought was dodgy wasn't the cancerous one. But because she went to the doctors and got it checked, that's when they found the other ones, because they weren't sure. And a lot of the time with a lot of lumps and bumps, they do just sort of send you to go and get checked out. So I will find a instruction sort of thing, photos, whatever, or even if I link a video on how you guys can be checking and testing that. And I'll probably try to sort of like once a month, probably on the same like month of a stream sort of thing, and we'll do like a check reminder, because obviously breast cancer isn't just for women, men do get it too. But we'll sort of once a month have a little sort of like reminder to check in and check sort of yourself and make sure that everything's good with you. And if there isn't, then I'll sort of make sure that there are links and things for support and help that will be in either my description, my bio, my about me page, whatever it is, to whatever channel it is that you're on. Just so if you find something and you're not sure, there's sort of support and resources there already for you. And then obviously if you do find something, go to your doctor and get it checked. So that's been obviously, and as well with the after operation, she's had a couple of split seams, as we've been saying, a couple of sort of little issues with that. She's still sort of having problems with the build up of fluid. It isn't quite draining out as well as it should be, but that's fine. That'll sort of deal with itself. So that'll be absolutely fine. I haven't got a clue what was going on there. Yeah, so that will sort of slowly heal itself and deal with itself. But that is a bit more of a slow process. But yeah, so that's been sort of a lot of the um big sort of mind consumption, and a lot of the stuff that's sort of taken a lot of my time and attention away from this. And it's sort of, I've been more with my mum, trying to make sure my mum's okay and everything. And not just my mum, obviously checking in with my other siblings and things, making sure that they're okay and that they're doing okay, and that they are supported and things during this time when a lot of this is happening. Speaking of my siblings as well, though, because I know that she'll look and I know that she'll be watching. My eldest sister has also announced her pregnancy. She did a gender reveal the other day, and I am going to be having a little baby nephew, so that's also fun. So that's been another sort of like big thing going on in the middle of everything. But yeah, so a lot of it's been very, very all over the place. I've had a lot of boomerang emotions the last sort of couple of months, which sort of is the reason why a lot of my streams and things have been super sporadic. I don't know how long that's been there for, but I hope that was annoying you as much as it's annoying me now. There we go. But yeah, so hopefully sort of that explains a lot of why my streams have been super sporadic. Because it has been an absolute boomerang of emotions, like one week you'll get, amazing news and things, and then the next it's like, oh well, not quite as good news. But no, we're on the mend now. Everything's getting better. There's a lot less stress. There's a lot less to sort of deal with currently. So I feel like now is sort of the time where it's a lot easier to come back. And that's why I've said I'm going to try and come back at least once a week, to sort of not just ease myself back into it, but to also make sure that that I'm still allowing enough time as needed to be everywhere else that I need to be, and that I'm still sort of dealing with my own shit as well as everybody else's. So yeah, so once a week, we'll try it for a couple of months. You might get extra bonus streams in between if I'm, really thinking about a game that I'm enjoying, like the Sims ones. Like I have been quite tempted to go in and play those again at the moment. So we'll sort of go back into them at some point and do that. Because obviously we started with the legacy challenges, and so we'll go in to the legacy. I found out what was wrong with it. I hadn't turned Wicked Whims off correctly, was the problem, and that was why there was so many problems with it. But now that I know what the problem is, I know how to fix it, so I'll get back to the legacy challenges. You might get an actual stream from me. So technically, this is like a bonus stream. I might try to stream on Saturday, dependent on how I'm feeling. So I'll probably try checking on Saturday, and we'll either play The Sims and go into the Sims challenges, or I've been watching a lot of people playing or making like these mega parks and things in Planet Coaster. I do understand that it is a older game, but I thought maybe we could test out and see how my PC deals with having both Planet Coaster open and the stream. Because if it works and it works out and it's, the streaming end of it is fine, then we'll look into sort of maybe starting off with like a mini coaster park, and building up sort of from there up. And obviously that will be me building in from almost absolute knowledge. I have not properly sat down and played any of the games. I don't even remember playing any of the career mode. So if you guys want to let me know whether or not you want me just to go straight into sandbox, and we'll start building in sort of our own themed parks and things. I thought it'd be really cool to try and do like a neon park, like neon themed, like like the sort of Tron Legacy sort of type games. Games, videos, whatever. You know what I mean. But that neon, all black with just the neon lights and things, I thought that would be quite cool. The other game really that I'm I've got on the back burner and I'd like to get it back into playing is the Sea of Thieves. I'd like to. Obviously, they've got a lot of new content since I last played. I haven't played it for maybe 2.5, maybe 3 years. So I'd like to sort of get back into that. For that one, it would probably be either streaming by myself again, or like my brother might join us occasionally. For a little bit until we sort of find a team again, which takes time sometimes. But yeah, because obviously there's a lot of the Tall Tales now that I've not done, and I can't remember whether or not I finished the Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales. So because I can't remember, I was thinking about just going in and starting those from the beginning again, which is why I've been sort of trying to get my brother into play, so at least then it's new content for someone. But if you guys are more than happy for me to stream that as well, then obviously for those of you that haven't seen it, it's new content for you guys. I love Sea of Thieves. And then me and Lauren have been playing a lot of the Teamfight Tactics from League. They've got a double up workshop, and me and Lauren have been. We've played it for 2 days. We've had sort of like 2 sessions with it to see whether or not it's enjoyable, to see if it was better than the old version. Because the old version, you only ever used to send items to each other, but now you can send like people to each other, and honestly, it is game changing. So we'll probably come in and stream that at some point. And if I don't stream that, then I'll probably just go through and just straight record it, so I can just pop it straight onto the YouTube channel. That is the other thing, actually, that I wanted to. I know obviously I use the YouTube channel a lot for just popping the VODs onto. I am going to sort of be taking the time, whilst I'm only doing 1 stream a week, to be learning how to edit. Because if it was just audio editing, I get that. That's what I studied in college. But the actual video editing and things, and obviously it's all new software. I don't have the sort of luxury to use the software that I used to use. I can't really afford the cost of those. So I'll be having to sort of use whatever software it is I've got now. So I'll be taking the sort of time to learn how to do those, to edit the videos for you guys, so they look a little bit more polished. So there's a lot of the sort of stuff cut out. So you guys have to let me know if you prefer the longer videos with just a lot of the filler cut out. When it comes to us playing sort of something like Sea of Thieves, we'll probably be cutting out a lot of the just sailing parts, where like we're not really talking, we're just sailing. Obviously the TFT ones are probably going to be longer, They probably will be, you know, a match at a time. Because especially in the double ups, so much happens in those that would be almost impossible for me to edit down. I'd probably actually I don't even think I'd skip the minion parts because we'll be sending each other things even from there. So yeah, so things like the TFTs would just be sort of one game at a time. But yeah, so I'll start getting the editing of things done a little bit more, actually uploading videos as episodes of things. I will still be putting the VODs there, and obviously if you're on the YouTube lives and things, there is still, you can still always access the past lives if I have ever forgotten to upload a VOD, sorry. Because I know I'm rubbish at doing that. I know there's about three, maybe 4 Sims that are sat on the Twitch. However, I am going to restart the Generation 1. Because that whole game file's corrupted because of the way that I tried to turn off Wicked Whims. It's my fault for having Wicked Whims to begin with, but I wanted the basemental, so unfortunately to have the basemental you have to have Wicked Whims. But you know, obviously it's up to other people, it's up to sort of you guys as well. If we're gonna have Wicked Whims and things like that, and basemental, like, do we want the sort of the basemental gangs one, where it's a little bit more, I think on that one, like, the people can be kidnapped and stuff like that. Although it's my cat getting in a bag, sorry. Although I'm not 100% sure, but I'll check that out, and I will go out of my way to try and find a complete mod list. However, there is a lot of mods that I do have that are sort of quality of life ones. And there's lots that I've just sort of, you just sort of install them and you don't really look too much into them. For anyone that's wondering, a lot of my mods I either get from the Sims resource, have a whole mods sort of section on there. I normally use the Sims resource for more custom content though. The main place that I get a lot of the resources from, or the mods from, is CurseForge. And CurseForge have a mod for almost everything. So if I can't find the actual individual links for things, then I will put the links for the Sims mods, like the Sims mod section of CurseForge and the Sims resource in them. I believe there was another creator that I installed one from, but I might have sent it, that might have the link for that still. I'm not sure now if I can't remember what mods, if any, that I have from her, but I'll pop her in anyway. Any other mods that sort of, or custom content that isn't in between those, normally comes from Patreon. And that's, if they're a Patreon one, I've got almost no hope of finding it, to be perfectly honest. I can't seem to get into my own Patreon at the moment. But yeah, and plus my Patreon is literally just used to sort of support other people. Like, I don't have Patreon for anything else yet. But yeah, no, I thought I'd just sort of hop in, sort of let you guys know what was going on, why I've sort of not been about. That I'm not just being flaky, there was an actual reason for it this time. On the 14th, which is a Tuesday, I know that's an unusual day for me, I will probably do a stream during the day. for those of you that sort of know me at all, it will be my birthday on the 14th. I definitely wanted to sort of like pop in and spend, even if it's just a little bit of time with you guys, just a little bit of time to sort of pop in, see how everyone's doing, you know, stuff like that. And I know at the moment I've broken my chat and all you can see is just Lumia. I have done great things at the minute breaking my stream, which has been another reason why I've not popped in and just, especially whilst I've been playing the last 2 days, why I've not just popped in and sort of, because I've broken a lot of stuff, whereas I thought, you know, just sort of having a quick chat and a quick sort of word with you lot, letting you know what's going on, why things are going on. Obviously that just uses pretty much just my camera and the mic, which are about the only things that I didn't break. So that's always good. Unlike last time where I did manage to break the camera. But yeah, so next stream definitely will be on Tuesday, if you don't get one before that. So Tuesday 14th. What is it? Is it the 2nd? Oh yes, you should have another stream before then. But yeah, so the 14th one will be sort of one for my birthday. We'll play around with that a little bit. Maybe we'll find some little like birthday indie game sort of things, and we'll go through a few of them. I'll have a look in a little bit. I'll add it to my notes to have a look, see if I can find any sort of like birthday themed games. Because that would be fun if we can. But yeah, no, I thought I'd pop in, let everyone know I am still alive. I am doing my best. But things have been rough, as an understatement. But no, we got it. It'll be good. It was fine. It'll be fine. Be fine now anyway. But yeah, so once a week. Probably be during the week. I'll sort of have a week or two where I'll be able to look at sort of what days are sort of most convenient according to analytics for most people. And what I'll do is I will actually set up the stream schedule so that we can sort of look and see and to know sort of what sort of games we're wanting to play, what sort of things we're playing like during each stream. And it'd be nice as well for those of you that are, you know, either watching now or watching back, you know, watching it as a VOD later on. Feel free to sort of talk in the chat and things, or comment, whatever, to sort of let me know if there's any games or anything that you guys want to see, if there are any sort of days that are most convenient for you guys, and to let me know whether or not you prefer the longer streams or the shorter streams. Because if we're doing shorter streams, then it might be a little bit easier for me to try and get 2 in a week. But the longer streams, I have no problem sort of devoting most of a day, if not, you know, a good few hours into, you know, getting one big stream done in a week for now, until we're sort of confident that everything's in a place where we're able to pick it back up again. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I needed to talk about. But I did feel like it was important to sort of let you guys know what was going on, what had gone on. And sort of like reiterate the sort of importance of, you know, screening and testing things, like getting yourself tested, getting yourself checked out for things, as you should, obviously, but I know it goes under a lot of people's radar. That's okay. But we're gonna sort of like go through once a month, and just as a little reminder, and maybe even once a month before we start, you know, we sit down to watch sit down to play any games or anything. We'll watch like a non-infomercial, but you know, like the sort of videos that sort of teach you how to check and how to test for different cancers and different awarenesses and different causes. Like, I don't mean like cancer causes, I mean like different. We'll start obviously with the cancer stuff, because at the moment that's what's quite important to me currently. And then we'll start trying to make we'll start sort of broadening it out to sort of like, oh, like a mental health awareness one, and yeah, I mean, we can build up from stuff like that. But yeah, so I will go out of my way to find all of the links and everything. I will do that maybe tomorrow. I can't think what day of the week we're on. What is it, Thursday? Yeah, so I'll probably do that for a good portion of the day tomorrow. So after Friday, there will be the links and things in the descriptions and in the chats and in the about me's, bios, whatever's, that will give you sort of the resources and give you some sort of like tips and things for anyone that needs them, as well as sort of any reminders and things. So we'll start with that. I think that's quite a good sort of starting point for us for now. I would like to maybe think about in sort of a few months' time. In a few months' time, maybe thinking about getting a charity stream in that isn't the Thankmas ones. I do fully intend on doing the Thankmas charity streams every year now. So we will always sort of participate in either the Thankmas itself, or if for some reason the Thankmas doesn't go ahead, then we will find either a charity ourselves and we'll do it ourselves, or we'll find another sort of collective that are doing them in a sort of similar fashion. But I'd like to sort of, normally I'd say like halfway through the year, so like 6 months, I want to start trying to do like a charity stream for ourselves. This year that only sort of gives us a month, so I don't think we'll sort of do that this year. So maybe we'll do it in September. Sound good? So we'll do a sort of cancer awareness or a cancer research charity in September, and we'll sort of build up, we'll expand out, get as many people sort of on board with it as we can, and yeah, we'll do a big charity stream like that in September. I'll figure it all out properly. As soon as I sort of am able to, it will probably be tomorrow, I will sit down and work out the logistics of it. I will work out sort of like rewards and things for people that are contributing. And we'll find different ways of doing things. You know, we'll find different rewards, different things that we can do to say thank you to anyone or to people for donating. And we'll try and make it as big as we can, giving ourselves a couple of months and being a small streamer. And then obviously when Thankmas comes around, that sort of, we'll put a lot of time, effort and energy into that again, which gives us a nice couple of months buffer between each one, which would be good because it then gives us time to sort of recoup, get some new ideas up, get some new sort of things going, hopefully get up a little bit more sort of like not viewership, it's not the word I'm after, but you know what I mean, that we'll get a little bit more support within ourselves to be able to then give more support over to the charities. Which I think will be the best ways to go about it, is if we do it like that. But yeah, no, I think that is pretty much it for now. I will try and get on to being more active over on Twitter, X, whatever it's fucking called. Yes, we'll try and get a little bit more active on X. I'll try to be a little bit more active on things like TikTok as well. In general, just try and be a little bit more active. Obviously starting it off slowly and then building ourselves back up and getting everything sorted again. So I hope that's all okay with everyone. I hope everyone understands sort of my reasoning for not being here. I do fully understand that obviously it's not even a small streamer, being a tiny streamer, it's a lot of consistency is sort of the way to go and the way to sort of help myself. But obviously that's not really been viable in the last couple of months, and I don't sort of want to burn myself out already with it when there's so much going on outside of this. So yeah, that's why there was a big pause, that's why there was a big sort of stop in it. But now that we've been given an all clear for now and everything is good and everything is pretty much solid, it means that I've got the opportunity to come back, to be a lot more active. Obviously I said about, I was going to redo all of like the background at the moment is all over the place because that's all being redone. Hopefully that will all be redone within the next 2-3 weeks. Hopefully by the end of May, it'll all be redone, it'll all be sorted. There's some new like lights and things that are on their way. This will be a little bit more featured. I know at the moment it's currently just white, but this wall will be sort of painted and decorated, and it will be where sort of like these neon lights and things you can't even see because they're off screen. That'll be sort of where these will start to reflect off of, and these will sort of be sorted. There's just gonna be a lot of shifting. There's a lot of transitioning stuff going on at the moment in my life. So yeah, we'll be transitioning and dealing with a lot of this space behind us, making everything look good for you guys. There's a lot of work, but hopefully by the end of May, I'm glad that doesn't come up for you guys. But hopefully by the end of May, all of this background will be sorted, everything else will be sorted, and we'll be back to being consistent and everything will be fine. So I am going to love you and leave you all because it is 11:30 for me currently. And it's gone past my bedtime. It's not, I'm tired. So yeah, I'm gonna love you all and leave you all. Let me know if you guys have any sort of thoughts or anything that you guys want to see, any sort of preference on length, time, days, anything and everything. Let me know. I do try my best to see any feedback. Obviously I know that I don't really get a lot at the moment, but I will go out of my way to ensure that I am checking for any feedback for the next sort of few weeks on a lot of this. And especially obviously trying to pick up a lot more of the social media engagement. We'll get there. It'll be fine. And if it's not fine, we'll make it fine. Nothing can go wrong. Right, I will see you all later, and yeah, I will go through your comments and things, and I will read anything, so don't hesitate to let me know.